what factors would influence your decision about that said ideal duration? So you've already covered this a lot, but what factors would you be looking for to say, okay, in this case, I think this time is appropriate. In this other case, what are the variables which would cause you, if you haven't already mentioned them, to sort of modify that duration to be more suitable to the audience who you're sending it to?
So I think body language is a big part of that. Understanding, are they just kind of shaking their head? Because I've asked them a closed-ended question. I'm asking them, do you understand? And they're like, yes. Versus seeing them kind of thinking about the question, or them actually responding on their own, or I'm able to ask, what questions do you have about that? So I think a big part is the body language for me. It's going to determine whether we stay in that space for a little longer or if we're able to move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to claim a failure of communication on that one because I anchored you to the specific thing of lessons. Let me reiterate what we did, because this is, as I said, I went on my rant and this anchored you to how to do it in lessons. So this is, what do you think is the ideal duration? And the follow-up question is, so we're talking about duration, not actually teaching in the classroom.
Okay.
What factors would influence your decision about that ideal duration? So this isn't in front of the students, in front of the clients doing it. It's like when you're making the calculus for your recommendation to your client as to how long this group or in this situation we should take, what factors would adjust that thing, the duration?
Yep. Okay. So I think I got you now. I think I'm trekking with you. So probably two things: their current knowledge and their current perspectives. So what is it? What is their how do they communicate currently about said topic or said area? And what does that look like? How open are they to hearing a different perspective? And if their questions, or if our consultation is very closed-minded, or I feel like that they have specific answers for everything, then my recommendation is probably a longer period, because there's some mindset shifts and some different things that we'll need to do before we can even get to the core of what's happening. So I think that's going to depend whether we're talking about that 6 hours within a month, or if we're going to look at a longer time. And that starts with the consultation or that conversation that we have, and how they're answering some of those basic questions about what does the culture currently look like? What do you feel is one of the greatest heights? Or what are some of the weaknesses, and what are those gaps? So just the way that they answer certain questions will give me a good idea of if they are on the solution side, or if they are indeed a part of what needs to be changed.
Right.
Yeah. It's so sad when that happens. And I've just chosen to help those that want to be helped at this point. So sometimes when you can recognize that, okay, I get it, that I am stuck in my ways. I feel like I'm the smartest person in the room. And Kathy, I don't want to be that person anymore. And so I need help breaking out of that mold, because that's my default. That's how I think it. And I know in order for this company to move forward, I need to change. I need some openness, but this is not going to be easy for me. I can absolutely come in and walk alongside that person to help them, and kind of be there to poke the bear, to say, oh, did you hear what you said right there? Did you see how they responded? And I love when those moments happen. It's like, oh, I didn't realize that. But it's that one that says, I love this, you speak my language. So
Yes,
yeah.
I can tell we're absolutely going to get along fine.